The Walt Disney Company is a giant in the world of entertainment, creating some of the most beloved films of all time. Billions of people around the world have grown up with Disney's magical stories. But did you know that some of their most famous films are actually based on real-life events? Much darker tales? Today, we're diving into 5 Disney movies that have shocking origins, stories that might have been too intense for kids if Disney hadn't made some major changes. Get started. First up, we have the classic that started it all, Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. Released in 1937, this was Disney's first ever animated feature film and introduced the world to Disney princesses. We all know the story. A jealous evil queen, a poisoned apple, a magical kiss, and a happily ever after. But the original tale, not so kid-friendly. The story comes from the Brothers Grimm, who published it in 1812. In their version, Snow White does fall into a deep sleep after eating the poisoned apple, but there's no romantic kiss to wake her up. Instead, when the prince's servants carry her glass coffin, they trip over a tree root, causing the apple to dislodge from her throat, accidentally saving her life. But the real shocker? Snow White and the prince invite the evil queen to their wedding, where she is forced to wear burning hot iron shoes and dance until she drops dead. Not exactly the fairy tale ending we grew up with. Next, we have Pocahontas, one of Disney's most controversial films. The 1995 animated movie tells the story of a Native American woman who falls in love with English explorer John Smith, creating a tale of love and peace between two cultures. But history tells a very different and far more tragic story. Pocahontas was actually named Matoka, and she was only about 10 years old when she supposedly saved John Smith's life. Not exactly a romance in the making. Later, she was kidnapped by English settlers, converted to Christianity, and married tobacco planter John Rolfe, not John Smith. She was taken to England as a symbol of peace, but tragically died at just 21 years old under mysterious circumstances. Some believe she was poisoned. Disney definitely took some liberties with this one. Tangled is Disney's fun and colorful take on the Rapunzel fairy tale, filled with adventure, romance, and magical hair. But the original tale by the Brothers Grimm is a lot darker. In the original story, a poor couple steals lettuce from a witch's garden, and as punishment, the witch demands their newborn baby, who she names Rapunzel. When Rapunzel grows up, she falls in love with a prince, but their love is discovered by the witch, who then cuts off Rapunzel's hair and exiles her into the wilderness. When the prince tries to climb up to the tower using the cut hair, the witch tricks him, and in despair he throws himself from the tower, landing on thorns that blind him. He wanders in agony for months until he finds Rapunzel, whose tears restore his sight. Definitely not the same lighthearted journey Disney gave us. Pinocchio is another beloved Disney film, first released in 1940. The story follows a wooden puppet who dreams of becoming a real boy, guided by his conscience, Jiminy Cricket. But the original story by Carlo Collodi? Way more disturbing. In Collodi's version, Pinocchio is not an innocent dreamer. He's actually kind of a brat. He even smashes Jiminy Cricket with a hammer early on. Throughout the story, Pinocchio is kidnapped, starved, burned, and nearly executed. The original ending, Pinocchio is hanged for his bad behavior. That was supposed to be the moral lesson. But publishers insisted on a happier ending, so the author eventually rewrote it, giving Pinocchio the redemption arc we recognize today. Finally, we have Winnie the Pooh, one of the most heartwarming characters in Disney's history. But did you know Pooh and his friends were actually inspired by real-life events and may have some hidden psychological meanings? Ari Milne based Winnie the Pooh on his son's teddy bear, which was named after a real bear at the London Zoo. But many psychologists believe that the characters in Winnie the Pooh actually represent different mental health conditions. Pooh himself might have ADHD and OCD, given his impulsivity and obsession with honey. Piglet shows signs of anxiety disorder, while Eeyore displays clear symptoms of depression. Tigger, with his hyperactive nature, is believed to have ADHD. Even Christopher Robin has been theorized to have schizophrenia, imagining his stuffed animals as living creatures. Of course, this is just a theory, but it's interesting to think about. So there you have it. 5 Disney movies with origins far darker than we ever imagined. It's amazing how Disney took these intense, sometimes horrifying stories and turned them into the magical films we all love today. Which one surprised you the most? Let me know in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more deep dives into your favorite movies. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.